pearOS, genius macOS mimic, or terrifying arch experiment. Hey everyone, welcome back to 925 Linux, where we dive into the wild world of operating systems and tech innovations. Today, we are talking about pearOS, a Linux distro that's got the internet buzzing. It looks just like macOS, but runs on the powerhouse that is Arch Linux. As one reviewer put it, that's either genius or terrifying. If you're a macOS fan eyeing Linux, or an Arch user craving a polished look, stick around. We will break down its history, features, pros, cons, and whether it's worth your time. So, let's jump in. First, let's start with the history of pearOS. First off, a quick backstory. pearOS isn't new. It started back in 2011 as Pear Linux, a French project by David Tavares. It was based on Ubuntu with a GNOME desktop, heavily themed to mimic Apple's macOS. And about the goal, make Linux feel familiar for Mac users switching over. It released several versions up to 2013, but then the project was sold to an unnamed company and vanished. Fast forward to late 2025, and it revived by Romanian developer Alexandru Belen. This new era ditches Ubuntu for Arch Linux as the base, swaps GNOME for KDE Plasma, and focuses on a rolling release model. The latest versions, like Nice Core 25.12 and the February 2026 update, aim to echo macOS 26 Tahoe with its liquid gel design. Think smooth animations, a central dock, and the premium Apple vibe. It's open source, free to download, and built by a small team, which adds to its charm and its risks. Now, what makes pearOS stand out? So, what does pearOS actually offer? At its core, it's Arch Linux, known for its install once, update forever, which is rolling releases. That means you get the latest kernels, drivers, and software without waiting for big OS upgrades. The current build runs on Linux kernel 6.17 or higher, with KDE Plasma 6.5 customized to the nines. Let's talk about key features which are included. First, a macOS inspired layout, central dock for apps, global menus, and fluid animations that make it feel premium. Number 2, custom apps like PearFinder, which is a file manager, and theme tools that evoke Apple's ecosystem without copying code. Now, the third point, access to Arch's massive AUR repository for tons of softwares. And final point, a new Electron based installer. It's modern and beta stage, but users report it's straightforward for most hardware. System requirements are typically for a modern Linux distro, at least 4 GB RAM, 20 GB storage, and a 64-bit processor. It performs well on older laptops, breathing new life into them, though it's not the lightest option out there. If you're coming from macOS, the familiar icons, gestures, and workflow could make the switch seamless. Now, let's look at pros and cons. Now, let's get the real about the good and the bad. First, let's start with the pros. Stunning aesthetics. If you love macOS clean, cohesive design, but want Linux flexibility, this nails it. It's a great entry point for beginners or Mac switchers who dread tweaking themes. Next, fresh and powerful. Arch base means cutting edge updates. which is perfect for gamers, developers, or anyone needing the latest hardware support. Now, third point, customization without effort. KDE Plasma under the hood lets you tweak everything later, but it ships ready to go. Users rave about how it turns an old PC into a Mac-like machine for free. Now, the fourth point, which is community perks. Being Arch-based, you tap into a huge ecosystem of tools and forums for help. Now, let's talk about the cons. First, rolling release risks. Arch demands attention. Updates can occasionally break things if you're not careful. Backups are a must. Now, the next point, small team challenges. With just a handful of developers, long term support could be shaky. If the project stalls, you're on your own. Now, third point, potential legal hiccups. It mimics Apple's look closely, which might attract cease and desist notices. Past similar projects have faced issues. Now, final point, bugs and performance. Some reviews mention slow boots, installer glitches like accidental disk wipes, always double check, and it's not as lightweight as other distros. If stability is key, something like Ubuntu might suit better. Overall, it's genius for those who want beauty and power, but terrifying if you hate troubleshooting. Now, who is it for? pearOS shines for macOS users dipping into Linux, Arch enthusiasts wanting a pre-themed setup, or anyone tired of bland desktops. It's not ideal for absolute beginners who fear command lines, though the curation helps, or pros needing rock-solid enterprise stability. If you're adventurous and value first impressions, give it a spin in a virtual machine first. Now, finally, the conclusion. In the end, pearOS bridges the gap between macOS polish and Arch's edge. A bold experiment that's more genius than terrifying if you approach it right. Download it from the official site, test it out, and let me know in the comments. Would you try it? Hit like if this helped. Subscribe for more OS deep dives. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.